What's up, guys? Welcome back to Top Tier Sports. I'm Victor. I'm here with you to do our weekend recap, as we've been doing for the past couple weeks. So, personally, I like this format. It's nice and easy on these videos. It gives us more time to talk about things we want on Wednesday's videos. And this way, we're not focusing on sports that don't really need talked about right now. So, if you like this format, please let us know. Comment here or go on Twitter at Top Tier Sport and send a message. If you don't, do the same. Any input is good input for us, and we'll try to make it work to the best possible outcome for you guys. So, this weekend, not too much, nothing groundbreaking has happened. We'll start with the NBA. So, obviously, there's been some chirps kind of back and forth between Giannis and James Harden. Nothing major. Giannis keeps saying he doesn't even want to start anything like this. James Harden just seems to be acting a little bit stubborn, childish. I don't know. Those are the words to use. However, we did get to see a phenomenal game with him between the Rockets and the Celtics this weekend. One of the games to watch for the weekend, absolutely. We were lucky enough that it was televised. We didn't even have to try and stream this one. But all around great game, back and forth just about the whole time, from the end of the first quarter on, and then with 2 seconds left on the clock, roughly, Celtics get foul shots. They're down 3, miss the first one, so then he misses the second on purpose. Couldn't have drawn it up any better. Dishes it back out, hits a 3, goes to overtime, and the Rockets will win by 1 in overtime. Phenomenal game, and definitely the highlight of the NBA for the weekend. In the MLB, I just want to note that, yes, it's spring training, and yes, Astros players are already getting hit. I do believe in some ways that this is going to be a damage control situation for the regular season, since all these players are starting to get hit now. I think there's up to 8 or 10 times an Astros player's been hit already. I think this will limit it during the season for how much they actually get hit, especially because the MLB is, I think, trying to crack down on intentionally hitting players as opposed to intentionally walking them. So, yeah, we'll see how it plays out. I think pitchers and teams are just trying to get a whack in right here, be like, it was dirty, and send the message. And then once the season hits, I think we're going to get into just playing more baseball than actual dramatics and side mini games within the game itself. The NFL Combine is on. If it interests you, go check it out every day. And yeah, that's about it for that. We may be doing a blog post on that, as we are starting a blog soon, so keep updated in these videos, and we'll let you know where you can find all that information as it comes out. And finally, the last thing I want to talk about is the NHL today. If you didn't get a chance yet, please watch Brett and I's video on the NHL awards, where the rankings stand with 3/4 of the season left. This was based off of information we had from Saturday. So yeah, overall, I really like how that video turned out. It basically, as I said, dives into where the NHL voters have people standing for each award so far, and then it goes down into our players who we think should be nominated, and ultimately who we think should win but will win, because, well, who we believe should win is not always or nearly how it works for will win. This year there are some clear favorites, so we'll see how that plays out. Other news in the NHL, the Blues and the Flyers, some of the hottest teams in the NHL, I believe, winning 8 and 6 games straight, respectively. The Flyers, man, in a division where everybody had lost most of their games in the last week or two, the Flyers have won 6 straight. A decent amount of those being against divisional opponents, including the Rangers twice. So, in a division in the Metropolitan where literally every team still has a chance to make playoffs, and as Brett pointed out to me, the Rangers are the 15th best, have the 15th best record in the NHL, and yet aren't in the playoffs and aren't even the next in for the wild card. The Flyers have just taken control. They're now 1 point back of Washington, I want to say. It might be 3 with Washington's win late last night. I didn't check. But yeah, they've overtaken second. They're a few points ahead of the Penguins, whereas the Penguins have been the coldest team in the NHL, losing 6 straight now, 4 of those being on the road, going 0-3 in California. So really interesting how this division is shaping up. Personally, I know this is a little bit of a debate between myself, Brett, and honestly anybody who is following the NHL. I see in no order from the Metro the Caps, Flyers, Penguins, Islanders, Hurricanes coming out of it. I think the Blue Jackets fall. I just think they've lost too much this year to make the playoffs, especially because they're hanging on to that wild card 2 spot with a lot less games in hand than everybody else. But we'll see. Let us know how you think NHL playoffs pan out, and or how rankings will pan out going into the playoffs. I also saw an interesting site as far as NHL odds to win the playoffs, so I'm going to do a little more research on that, and since you guys know how much I love stats, I'll bring that back to you next week. We have a special video for you guys on Friday, a little bit of a twist. This Wednesday, you can look for another Top Chapter Showdown, as it will be NHL 3s. I'll leave the rest up for you guys to watch from here without spoiling any more. So, NHL 3s, Top Chapter Showdown Wednesday, being released Friday, special video, and make sure to follow us on Twitter at Top Chapter Sport and on TikTok. Brett's Pride and Joy. See you guys.